day. Isn't it a great day? Morning, everybody. As you can probably guess, I'm a little tired. If you look at my side of the ears, my ears like Lumi's is up in the air because she got a good morning sleep. I didn't get much. So as you can see, we're going to try to talk about the face peelers. It's really not probably going to be much of a show, but as far as that goes, but we'll cover it anyway. As you know, about 2 months ago, Peruvian village was being terrorized by some people or something that they didn't understand, and Peruvian government sent the police which is like the National Guard, into the village to help get some answers. Of course, as more and more social media outlets start picking up on the story, the government's news media tried to backpedal it and not giving any details of the face peelers. They're called face peelers because that's what they did. They literally take your face off your bones to your skull. Okay, they apparently have access to kinds of weapons that clearly are not of earthly origin. So the half-truth that the government used was that they were aliens and that they were trying to steal gold illegally from the mines. Now, the government's not telling you is right there in front of your ears. What kind of aliens? Are we talking about people from, say, other countries, or are we talking about aliens from space? The government isn't saying anything with that. The information I got from 5 days ago, shows that people are now trying to find the bodies, and they're looking for information about more eyewitness accounts. If they are aliens looking for gold, human or otherwise, if they're human, i.e. from other countries, where are they getting the technology that they're using? No one really can explain that. Also, Peru has a spaceport for ETs. I believe the NASQ lines is part of that. Very interesting to talk about, because I don't really know why our governments or the world is trying, in one sense, they're trying to confirm the existence of unknown aerial vehicles or UAVs. Most people know them as UFOs. But there's also unknown aquatic vehicles as well, because so many UAVs apparently also can land in and dive into the ocean as well, as we have heard of several craft doing just that, from eyewitness testimony. It's just a very interesting thing. Illegal alien banditos. Well, definitely is bizarre. Now let me get the panel open. This one is quite educated and quirky, and it's weird though, because when you look at something that's not about the ETs, but is about me, as if you ever notice, well, you can always tell when I'm tired, because you have to do is look in my ears. Clearly you can see Lumi got a good night's sleep. Not me. I kind of didn't get very much. It's kind of weird, because you don't really think about that. How was that possible that these synthetic ears amplify my real ears. State of the head. State of the head. It's cute. It is the time for the state of the head. I'm getting a headache. Okay. You got a good morning's sleep anyway. Yeah. I know you have a lot more going on in your head besides the face peelers. Yeah, I do. But we'll cover that in another show. Right now we have 1 like, 12 viewers so far, and I will try to answer what I can about the Peruvian aliens. I tried to look at the Brazilian ones too. The only thing is, seems the government of Brazil really is keeping a tight lid on it. They're not even talking about the few that they were found information on. And they don't want that to happen with the protests already happening. Craft goes faster than a torpedo. Oh yeah, definitely goes faster than a torpedo. It's of course they backtracked. They did all the same with Bigfoot, right? Or the abominable snowman, which is from a Bigfoot. Yeah. In the case of Nevada aliens, the one ET that apparently supposedly landed in someone's backyard that nobody is allowed to discuss. Clearly that was the alien encounter of the third kind. Because they actually saw the ETs just like they did in Peru, but the difference is that these ETs didn't seem to have been doing really much at all. Just be a sheer appearance of them scared the willies out of everybody. It's a tunnel system that is as big as People's Tunnel. Yeah. I don't know much about the aliens, but we do know that the gray aliens have also been spotted in places in the past. How about something a little more down to earth for political news? There was a rumor going around that Vladimir Putin had passed away. Now, this is from an actual citizen of Russia that talked about this. He said, number one, only one news source was saying he was dead. And the reason why no one will let you know if he's alive or dead is that if you do that, you're going to live short and suffer, because the people of Russia would gladly want you out of the way because they don't want that information public. So he said, my honest opinion is Vladimir Putin is alive and more than likely is probably taking care of things as best he can in a rested location. So we know that Putin had a heart attack. Yeah, we know that. But they're saying is they thought he was dead. No. He said the government news agencies aren't saying anything about it, except for one independent news source which said something about it, but that can't be verified because the government is not releasing verified information. Because he said that those who know anything about it, as I said earlier, will live short and suffer. Oh yeah. Because government doesn't want that kind of information out there. Because if it's true, the whole government system is going to go up into a big disarray. Because Putin is become the king of Russia, and he's got about as much power as a king has. But what about the Duma? That's the parliament. Well, there's a lot of infighting going on in the parliament of Russia right now. So there's, as he pointed out, is that the Russian parliament, is trying an experiment. If you don't smoke, you get one more day off from work with pay. Versus if you do smoke, when you don't get the 1 day off with pay. And also, he said in some of the far eastern provinces, one suggestion by one of the local political committees was to go through and have assemblymen go to each of the villages and read news articles out loud from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. I don't know if it's going to be every day or once a week or what, but the thing was, he said that is so unbelievably behind the times of a town crier. No, I didn't really get that much sleep. I got some, but Lumi got more than... Sorry. So that's the interesting thing. Why would they want to do such a... Because these assemblymen said, these villages don't have internet. They don't have cell phone. A lot of them don't even have electricity. And the whole idea is that way people can get news, even if it's a week old. It's just, who's going to go out there and tell the news? And what are you going to do? Sit there and... How would you do it? I don't know. But that's what he said, that some man in the eastern provinces suggested. He said, what's next? You're going to ride into town on a horseback? Well, you could say, mister, we're doing our stuff about carbon dioxide pollution and green global warming. Well, yeah, I don't know if that's going to... Yeah, I did sleep somewhat before I woke up at 2 in the morning. And then we had looked at the statistics on my channel, which shows, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this because it's an old story, y'all know it. We're down to 1,609 subs. We're trying to find out what happened to a lot of the subs, but that's all I know. You know, but the thing is that I want to go back to the face peelers because it sounds like a hell of a name for a soccer team. Speaking of, the fact is, today we are going to be showing 10 hours of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, at 3 o'clock. 10 hours. I hope you like the macabre, because it's what you got. So from 3 o'clock to 2 in the morning. 1 in the morning. What is it? 1 o'clock? Maybe more than that. Because if it was actually 12 hours, it would be 3 to 3. So, you said it's 10, right? So that would be 3 to 1. Is that still adequate? Hell yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about having a marathon of 10 hours long is you can get a couple hours sleep, wake up, and then still be running. That's kind of an advantage. Only thing I gotta do is I would like to do is stick in a few of those haunting, scary intermission film breaks, so you guys can get some reminder to get up and go eat something and get your refreshment center now. Yeah. Yeah, you have hamburgers, hot dogs, and fresh made cookies and popcorn. Only at your local refreshment center, your kitchen. I've been trying to keep away from that. I don't really feel comfortable with the idea that it's definitely as a war in multiple fronts. I don't really think American citizens are ready for this. I'm sure North American air defense is getting ready for lots of incursions of military apparatus into our airspace. But I personally... What's this? A pig feet in the nose. I have... Okay. Or pig feet or nose. I don't know what that means. But the thing is that I can give you an idea what some of the movies are going to be. The old viral, one of them had to be what do with cannibalism, Woman of the Amazon. I think that's what one of them was called. Whatever you want for snacks. You stock your refreshment center with the food you like, right? So if that's what you want, that's what you can get. No, that's not our actual LPM maker. Right now, Dimitri Prudin is a bit busy trying to get the ears up and production stabilized. But I think he kind of made a mistake with my ears because it seems like, they're not as perky as they used to be. Even, I wonder if he needs to work on his formulations a bit, but can't do much about that. There is a shortage of latex. Latex rubber, as you know, is used for many, many things. And so people are not aware that right now most of latex comes from East Asia, like Thailand. And the rubber trees have been a little bit lower in the production so far. Yeah. I can see. Some of us are actually thinking is that it's it's kind of sad because oh yeah, by the way, let's not forget this one. The Russian education ministry, they said they are no longer going to be doing any more language courses in the quote the enemy languages of English, French, or I think German. Enemy languages. One of the leaders of the Duma called English a dead language. He said it's ironic because in order to get my news out to you, I am telling you the news stories in English. So it sounds to me like obviously I immediately subscribed to his channel because I didn't even have a lot of information he's telling me was really interesting. Yes, it's a day of obligation for Catholics. Yeah. God knows if I'm going to church or not. I think it'll be tomorrow night at 7. So, artificial nip. Well, anyway, the point is that, we'll see what happens with the news, with the war, with the combat, if there's going to become a nuclear exchange. I'm going to tell you so right now. I said this once before. And I'm sure our Peruvian face peelers know the same thing. Nuclear war has no winners, only losers. Both the offenders and the defenders. Okay? You launch a tactical nuke into the offender launches a tactical nuke into the defender's territory, causing major crispiness. All of a sudden, you want to capture that base, or whatever. You can't use it for about 30 to 40 years at least, because of radiation contamination. Sure, it's like throwing a roach bomb into a room full of cockroaches. You clear the room out, but unfortunately, the sad truth is that without proper safety gear, you can't go in there either. That's pretty scary stuff. Now, except for a few conflicts, the one that starts with U and the one that starts with P, that's Palestine, that's not really an issue of a land grab anyway. It's really just kind of weird to think about that, because it's not like Russia needs the U for its own uses, and it's not like Israel needs Palestine for its own uses. Maybe more of Israel with Palestine than with Russia with the U. So why bother would you want to launch a tactical nuke in the first place then? Because IDF launches a tactical nuke, for example, they're not going to be able to do anything with the land in Palestine, because it'll be extra crispy. So why would you want to use such a weapon in the first place? Gemini Jen says, do you believe in aliens, and what do you really think they look like? Honestly, remember, all the ones I've seen so far are able to walk on 2 feet. The Greys and these new Peruvian aliens are definitely bipedal. Okay? But some ETs may very well be very well different based on, remember, your abilities would be based upon the planet that you come from. Now remember, we now know that evidence is indicative that Mars at least has microbial life. And we also now know that Mars is having Marsquakes. So, the information we originally thought Mars had no tectonic ability at all, that its core was solid rock and was not creating a magnetosphere, which is true. It isn't creating a magnetosphere of at least any significance. But apparently they are still having Marsquakes. The last one that was reported was like a 4.5 Richter Earth Marsquake. And, and then of course with some finding of some of the water information confirms that Mars used to be a very aquatic planet. So it's not impossible that some of the Martian aquatic life is still alive in the oceans, or wherever subterranean water is still there. In other words, maybe some ETs are hunkering in their bunker for whatever reason that caused all the water to leave the planet Mars. Rumor has it that Mars was attacked by an enemy race. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it given the amount of damage, the animal race would probably make IDF basically cream their shorts. The perfect weapon. I mean, why would you want to do that? I mean, as I told you, remember, in these kind of advanced wars, there are no winners. There's just a lot of losers. Gemini Jim has said, they have told us for many years that they look a certain way. How do they know that? Who exactly saw them the first time ever? We have the bodies from Roswell. We have the 16mm films, all the autopsies of the bodies from Roswell, New Mexico. Most people don't know that. Our government's confirmed through the informants, through the whistleblowers, that they do have captured alien spacecraft and artifacts. And you can bet there are bodies associated with that too. So obviously with all of the thing that the NSA, which was created specifically for this purpose at the Roswell National Space Agency, okay? That's why they created the NSA. Look it up. The NSA was created right after Roswell for the National Security Agency. Calling a National Space Agency just makes just as much sense. It's an agency that divulges its budget. It's got a black budget. Them in the CIA, and of course the upper military, such as the Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. These guys, Air Force, they know what's going on. And they have a black budget that almost every time gets rubber stamped by Congress. Because Congress knows that they know what's going on. And if they don't go ahead and give them money, then sooner or later some military commander is going to go ahead and blow the whistle, and that's going to cause all kinds of craziness. We already seen that they already experienced the unidentified aircraft vehicles, or UAVs, or unidentified aquatic vehicles. So, and it's scaring the military because they don't have any way to communicate with these people to determine the rules of travel. Yeah, they have told us for many years that they look a certain way. They know that. So yes, the government found the first set was from Roswell. Now the thing is it's sort of a Cold War between all the different countries at these levels, because they're not all sharing information between countries. So it makes sense that the Peruvian government doesn't really want to talk specifically about the face peelers, because they want to keep that as they want to keep that as a government secret. The reason they want to keep that as a government secret is because anything that they can benefit or can get out of those ETs, and the reverse engineer will give them the upper level of defense to protect them against themselves against other incursions of aliens. It's what the governments do. Secret stuff all the time. Yeah. Big Halloween parade, huh? Canal Street. Never heard of Canal Street. What town is that in? It's over 122 captured craft, less than 100 species. Given the fact that North American air defense is pretty much covers the entire airspace over the United States, you don't think these ETs don't exactly getting clearance from the government to land, don't you? I got a feeling some obviously have. But then again, especially over in New Mexico, in Nevada, Area 51, the government has been knowing a lot about these ETs, and they're not talking much about them. Okay, Manhattan, alright. But where? The country? They have told us, but please understand, guys, that each country's, for example, Peru, has established an ET spaceport. That's also where the NASQ lines are. The NASQ lines were created by non-humans in a language that you could only see from high up. And that tells you how you're supposed to land your craft. In the case of Roswell, New Mexico, and Roswell, New Mexico in the United States, as far as the other crafts and ETs found, I don't have any detailed information where else they found them. But in the case of the face peelers, they were actually invading a small village far away from the actual cities of Peru. The local villagers were so terrified, they realized that their shotguns were not of any use. They really couldn't kill them. And when they tried, the ETs would return fire with weapons that were unbelievable. Plus, they also would rip your faces off your bodies. That's the name, the alien peelers, or face peelers. It was so frightening for the village that they contacted the Peruvian government and asked for them to send help. They sent the national police in to begin the process of investigating what was going on. Then immediately, the news agencies began a process to try to censor the information, because they didn't want other people to know what's going on. So, yeah, it's weird, because it's like, why are they doing this? You would think the government would like to know more, people of the country would want to know more about it. But again, I just think it's just like it is with the National Security Agency in the United States, working with Area 51. There are things that they know that they don't want people to know. And one reason is it has to do with government or with national security. That's what NSA stands for, right? National security. And works with the North American Air Defense, NORAD. Because obviously, NORAD, which has a very expansive air control the airspace over the United States, knows very well where every single craft is coming and going. Just as other countries also know where every other craft is coming and going into their airspace. Hi, Krista. How you doing? Welcome to the show. So it's just strange that and now we got all these other countries going to war just after they realized that now somebody could declare war on the whole planet. But wait a minute, are all ETs necessarily malevolent? That's a great question, because we don't know. I mean, do all aliens want to seriously attack humans, or do some actually want to keep us safe? For example, since the Peruvian government said there were illegal miners mining for gold, could they be the Anunnaki? Anunnaki are aliens that seem to have a fixation with gold. Have you ever seen the transportation graph yourself? No, I haven't. Not in person. But again, that's just it. I mean, the government's airspace people obviously have on their radar. They have to give, flight clearances. I mean, this is not. However, if they're pan-dimensional beings, that is, they don't actually fly through space like our aircraft do, but rather can change dimensional planes, then physically they actually are in the same location, but they just change from one dimensional location to another. How that would work, I'm not sure, but I have looked into that possibility that maybe these ETs know about things like folding space, for example, or maybe using a space-time bubble, or maybe it's related to what's going on with the LHC and CERN when we created a micro space-time portal. That was when trouble started, because that was around 2015, that they created a micro wormhole or something like that in CERN. And that's when all the really strange boogeymen started coming out. Hi, Michelle. People tend to place bios that people have onto the hypothesis of an alien purpose. Right, but then again, sometimes we try to come up with hypotheses that make sense to us. But unless we could actually get one of those ETs to actually communicate with us, we will never know the real purpose. We will never really know the real purpose. I think some of them are kind of like an exploratory program. Kind of like the concept of Star Trek, right? The Captain Kirk's, the Jean-Luc Picard's, and of course the Captain Catherine Janeway's are trying to explore, observe people quietly using the equivalent of the Prime Directive, not necessarily trying to interfere. And then you have others. Damn the torpedoes! I don't care about no Prime Directive. I'm going in and I'm going to seize the land for my own purpose. Well, the first group of ETs are respectful in the sense that they want to watch us, but not necessarily react right away. The second group is like, well, I don't care about your feelings. You're lunch meat. What are you gonna do in that case? It's just strange. The whole thing is, like I said, I did find only news as far as old as only 5 days ago. It was the newest I could find. I did see a few longer live streams on it, but I already was tired. It was already 5 in the morning. I wasn't gonna go through and watch an hour and a half live stream because my brain was fried. I mean, I was just tired, and so yeah. Because, like I said, I got my own personal concerns right now in life. Has the government really covered up the information about them from us? A lot of information is not being told about us to us. As I said, about the fact that several government contractors have several pieces of ET technology that was gathered from crash sites, for example. One of the biggest suppliers is a very well-known government contractor called Raytheon. Raytheon knows a lot about the ETs because a lot of it they have access to. I guess going current info is secret projects, which was used to cover the public info, is a useful tool which they can utilize in the secrets of space and technology advancements, thus hide it. Don't forget that if you have access to ET technology for your country, it gives you an edge over other countries. That's the thing that people don't really, the average person may not understand. But they all know the game of secrecy, so maybe they might understand that part. It's just like for a long time, we, through the Manhattan Project, we created the first atomic bomb. But it turns out that the Germans also were working to create nuclear fission as well. So, and just as the Germans were the first to create the jet engines that would later become things that we know every day. So there are things and secretive projects going on to give us more of an edge over our competitors. I guess going by current in a sense, secret projects that was used to cover, right, is useful too. What are you doing, Rusty? Come on up here. Oh! He didn't go out yet, but I'm sure he's going to want to go out now. Right? You want to go outside now? He laid next to me on the bed again last night. So, this is my cat. So, what are you doing today? Huh? Alright. Just tuck the keyboard out of the way. But I think you get the idea. I think you understand that for people trying to find out about the ETs, the face peelers, it's becoming harder and harder to get the information. Because government of Peru doesn't want people to know any more details. Yeah, big cat. Well, the confrontation with the face peelers shows the offensive technology is very, very sufficiently successful at doing things like cutting people in half, or using something similar to like a laser beam or something, or a particle weapon. We don't have that kind of tools. Yeah, well, his caregiver isn't skinny either. You know. He's shedding hair. Oh! Big cat. You can't really see him right now because he's out of camera shot, but he's right here next to me. We'll just switch over to the other camera and you can see him that way. If it doesn't crash on me. I hope it don't. There he is. Yeah, big cat. Don't show your privates. Yeah, don't show your privates. No one wants to see our channel get terminated for showing pornographic material, do we? No. There's so much secret talent technology, it's not even funny. Oh, I know. It's never been funny. It's just the way it is. Cloak and dagger stuff existed throughout organized world, regardless if it's medieval or 21st century. It always is. The idea is to be able to be better than the other guy. Yep. Oh, he's nudging the camera. Come on, Rusty. Stop nudging my camera before you break it. Yeah. Good cat, though. He's a big cat. Just like his caregiver is. What's your problem? No. Alright. So taxpayers deserve to know where the money is going to. This means all scientific projects. Now, I think the problem is the reason why they won't do that is then the same information would eventually leak out to other people in other countries that you don't want the information released to. Back at Brian PC's message. Alright. We had a human-sized drones and saucer attack in 1947. So the mobile cell phone was invented and utilized by the spy agencies in cigarette packets. Alright, hold a minute. In the 1960s, but not publicly available for decades. Right. Just like if you watch Get Smart, you know, Matthew Smart had these, had this shoe phone. You might think it's kind of, funny, it's a joke in a way, but in a way, it did exist. Two-way communication did existed. Right. And then, of course, those who dig in for the information, unfortunately, tend to have a little bit of, an accident here and there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Keep things out of the public eye. If you don't think a government will shut you up, oh, trust me, they will. That's what they believe, right, BBC? Yes. They believe that the Great Pyramid was a chemical energy generating plant. And that there was a crystal on the top of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, aiming this energy laser to the Pleiadian star system. Now, why would they need that? Well, one of the reasons is because they believe it would be possible with a ship with a solar sail to be propelled through space using laser energy from Earth. Yeah, but it's not running now. Because the chemical energy is not there. The chemistry that was used to generate the energy is not currently still at the Great Pyramid. There are places on Earth where lightning strikes 100 days a year. There's still chemicals being made there to cause these big explosions underneath. Where is Noodles? I think he's live on his channel. He said he was going to go watch a Halloween parade on Canal Street in Manhattan. I swear the drama never stops. Some people are so stupid. You're talking about what's going on with the government and the ETs, or are you talking about something else, Gidgy? Or are you talking about what they're discussing on Noodle's channel? Yeah, the drama's a thing. I don't really know why people want to have to sit there and watch drama every day. I mean, it seems to me as a great time waster. If my show was entirely focused on just trying to string it out for 4 or 5, 6 hours, I guess going through and discussing manufactured baloney would be one way to do it. But I don't always want to do that. You know. Now, by the way, anyone who's interested in helping find some of the Christmas music that I mentioned and some other music, they could look in the Discord and in the music section, and you'll see a couple albums I linked to actual eBay listings that I would like to try to acquire. That's right. She has a dentist appointment today. And Thursday, more than likely, me and Krista are going to be doing laundry. So Thursday, I'm not going to be here in the morning. Which means that we will... This Thursday, Michelle. Yes, this Thursday. The 2nd? Yeah. You got money for that, right? Yes, I do. Okay. So yes, I believe it's this Thursday. Me and Krista are going to do laundry and other things. And I don't think I know about anything else than maybe want laundry, maybe sweep up the house a little bit, take the garbage downstairs. And education can help with the stupidity issue. However, people need to fill their day with various emotional stories to feel fulfilled or satisfied. Yeah, it's like I agree with that. Because if you can eat, like just like when you eat with food, right? I mean, sure, you can eat, the most basic engineered food that technically provides nutrients for your body, but has no flavor, that looks and tastes like saltine crackers. But it's not going to make you feel very satisfied. But the same thing with emotionally. With all the technologies that we have, this is one of the things that we learned after the big pandemic, was people did not do well. Even if they had all the they were missing the social thing. Now, the social part of the human existence was not being fulfilled by all the Netflix and YouTube stuff. They actually missed the social interaction with people. Right. Want to do what? Laundry? You want to do it? We can do it Saturday. We can do it. We're used to everybody seeing us do it on Thursday. It'll make sense kind of keep it on Thursdays if we can. I've got the money for that. So, I mean, because Saturdays is would be really throw everybody for a loop, because they're all used to Thursdays being like one day of the week, maybe even Tuesdays, where we go out there and do things, you know. Next Thursday, because this Thursday I have an appointment. Oh, okay, that's fine. Next Thursday, not this Thursday. Okay, that makes sense for me too. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, this Thursday would be good. Next Thursday would be good. And then our laundry basket will definitely be full. And then we'll definitely have at least a couple. Right. Right, I used, what kind of washing? So I use, regular Tide, powder Tide detergent. Well, Fairy is marketed in the United States on the Cascade, automatic dishwashing detergent. It's still made by Colgate Palmolive, but basically the only thing is I wouldn't want to put it into my washing machine for my laundry, considering it contains some things on it that would definitely trash my clothes. You know. I have an appointment this Thursday. Next Thursday is fine. How are the aliens buried? Sorry if I have a stupid question. How were the aliens buried? Well, that's a good question. Something tells me that the ETs are not, the bodies are not being buried. I got a feeling the government is keeping the alien corpses under lock and key. Why? Because they don't want to necessarily put the aliens in the ground, because maybe they're afraid it might contaminate our soil. If anything, maybe they're being cremated. No, it's not a stupid question. As I said, the government doesn't want any evidence found, so you bury ETs in the ground, the people are going to dig them up eventually. But if you basically cremate them to nothing more than ash and then grind up the bones, then you're not going to have evidence to see. And by the way, we have found ways to deal with the human needs to be buried, in part through the research that was done through government agencies, including rapid composting of the human body using vats of vile liquid that they can take the whole corpse, throw it into this vat of vile liquid, and then it will flush into the sewers of the city. It's pretty macabre, but basically the way is that the researchers found ways that they don't actually have to bury anybody. As I said, take the body, put it into a vat of very toxic, nasty acids and alkali bases. Body dissolves, and then when you're done, you just flush it down the toilet, so to speak. Where I am not a reader, I hate it, and I also do not keep up with politics. What I can hear from you, and I try really hard to keep things accurate and fairly simple to understand. Yes, there are or were more particular about causing cross-place contamination regarding biological samples. Of course they are. And it makes sense. Think about it. After all, we don't know anything necessarily about if ET's decomposing body is going to not release a reaction with our Earth that could make our air or water or soil unsuitable for us. Just been a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I was smoking labor today. Lipstick and blusher, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Politics are blech. Well, I get that. Yeah, standard politics is about as exciting as watching paint dry. It's the same old game regardless of what country you're in. That's because I only got up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I never was up earlier. Oh yeah, by the way, next, on the 8th, which is Friday, Dory's coming over after the show, around 12 noon. If I'm still recording or live, maybe you might all get a chance to see Dory on that Friday around the 8th. So just keep your eyes open, guys. Keep your eyes open. So, now, the other thing is that I got the headphones fixed yesterday. Brian PC, thanks very much for the tools that you bought me. I was able to fix the headphones the right way. I got all the excess solder out of the solder, the ear or the solder hole on the loudspeaker on the drivers of my headphones, and then I soldered the wire properly. Because before, when I didn't have the right tools, I kind of did something while I was closer to surface mount, which is I just melted the solder and I put the wire into a pole solder, which I knew was a lousy way of doing it. But, the old soldering iron was just too difficult to work with to do anything right. With the kind of wire, the thin size that these were. So, the point was that thanks to the solder sucker and the new wire where I could set the exact temperature, I was able to get the project perfect. So now these wires are attached in a way that they should not come off the drivers now, which is closer to what the factory did in the first place. It didn't take me a long time to get the job done either. I think I was actually done with the actual soldering job from setting up after I set the iron up and flipped the switch, got up to 270 degrees Celsius. It only took me, about less than 10 minutes to actually do the actual wiring. 10 minutes? Holy cow, that's fast. Yeah, I know. Okay. So, let's see. How are your ears feeling today? Yeah, you're still half asleep. Not quite. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle's ears, kind of started perking up a bit. My ears been perked up the whole time. Yeah, absolutely. So, gray accounts. Yeah, most of the new people are gray. Because we don't want to give any more wrenches out indiscriminately. Because we've had experience with that before. How were the first aliens buried that someone found? I don't know. That's a good question. If you listen to Edgar Casey, and if you listen to the story about the Aztecs and the Incas, probably very much buried outside of town, far away from as many people as possible. But back then that was pretty easy because the population was pretty low. I wonder now if they actually did find those corpses and then they just, when building these cities, and then they realized that they had to figure out what to do about it. Well, they're going to be all a great council to new people. The new people to the show. Or existing people that have been here the whole time. Yeah, unfortunately, my biggest problem is when my knowledge is great, but and when that great knowledge comes something else. Great boredom. Which is true when you think about it. I mean, Michelle is one of those people that if some guy had access to unlimited money, that she probably would be like one of the, creators that always coming up with making something. But she doesn't have unlimited money, so she often has to prioritize projects based on what she can afford. For example, the vacuum tube amplifier project to build a Class A amplifier or Class B amplifier push-pull using 6 BM8 vacuum tubes based on the 1960s design. If I had the money to buy the audio output transformers and the power transformers, but a little bit of possibility of some errors here and then, that project would have already been finished by now. Absolutely. And would you go with a PC board or would you go with point-to-point? Well, PC boards have their advantages. Yeah, they do. Yeah. The original amplifier I had of that design had a point-to-point wiring. It was a realistic SAF-24. I bought that with my Garage 210 turntable at a tag sale, which you guys would call a boot sale in the UK, from the original owner of it. And it served me well until about 2000, when I left it behind in Willimantic, and I kind of wish I brought it with me so I could have recapped it, because I haven't found any amp similar to that one on eBay. Very inexpensive at all. It was a good amplifier, but a major heat producer. Oh my god, yes. It got really hot. So, but I don't have an unlimited budget. And of course, something similar to Montgomery Scott said to Captain Picard. He said, I'm not 18 anymore. I can't do that stuff anymore. I call bullshit. Absolutely, Tim Nanchen. Fat Brian PC, want to give you the biggest, loudest thank you I can. I don't know if I can give you a thing loud enough. Oh, yeah! Yeah. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. Brian PC, I appreciate it very so much. It really did make a big difference. And yes, I did use the device to hold soldering the connector for the XLR plug on the. Made another cable for the other little phono turntable mixer. But you know what? I'll be honest when I say this. The mixer has one problem, and I don't think it's limited to just that brand, and that is it doesn't have a very loud microphone input stage. I think it's designed more for closer to line level condenser mics. But yeah, I can't find any information in the manual about phantom power. So, I mean, it works okay with the dynamic mic, but you gotta get right up into your freaking face. Yeah, absolutely, just like that. And then it works fine. Yeah. Oh, I've done all hollows and yeah, not recently, but I've done it a few times in the past. The mixer is not an all-encompassing issue. Right. The mixer is a very basic model, but we already knew that when we bought it, given the price of it. I mean, it's not going to be the top of the line anything. You want an Allen Heath? You want a Pioneer? You want a Behringer? I don't even think Behringer makes a DJ mixer. I think they do, but I'm not really sure. I think they might, yeah. But it worked out fine for when I was using it on Sunday night, wasn't it? Yep, worked fine. This week I'm going to try to, on the 3rd, I'm going to try to order the turntable for the second turntable for the studio. Because right now we got the one, but we need to get turntable number 2 so that we will have a matched set. And that should be very possible without even touching the money coming in on November 22nd. Oh, she's going to go as a ballerina for Halloween. Yeah. The mixer is very simple design. There's nothing wrong with simple. After all, you're using it with a cross-seat turntable anyway. And that's just a simple turntable. Right. And given the fact that, number one, the turntables themselves didn't even have, I mean, the mixer would probably make Michelle, I'll be honest with Michelle, we realized this, is that the turntable doesn't have a stop-start button. The closest thing that it has built in is the button to switch between turntable and Bluetooth. When you flip it to Bluetooth, it stops the motor. But it also stops the sound from the stylus cartridge either. So you can't hear as you're backing up the song to get it queued up. So it wouldn't matter if it had a fader control or not, because you wouldn't be able to hear anything. I mean, the one equalizer I wanted to get, which was the first choice, did have a cue button. I didn't understand how it worked, but it did have one. But so really, in a way, this Pile USA mixer is more than satisfactorily lines up with the crossy turntables. It does the job. I realized that when I bought it, or suggested it. It met needs. That's what counts. It works for my needs. Now, we ever get ourselves something like a more expensive turntable, something like the Audio Technica LP 60S XX, which is probably the simplest turntable of all, with Audio Technica cartridge, which does have a Q button. It doesn't have a start-stop in a sense. I can't stop the pause the button, but the Q button's better anyway, so it'll dampen properly and it won't slide over. Yeah. My daughter had a tutu when she was young, but she moved to a disco and modern dancing when she was a little older, says Brian PC. Oh, okay. So, funny you mentioned disco. I mean, I like disco music. I do like some disco. I want to get some more disco records, too. For those of you who did not know, Brian PC, if you do get a chance to watch the replay of Silvermoon Radio, you'll get to hear the little mixer at work with the one turntable. And it worked absolutely swimmingly well. It really did. It really worked out very well for the show for Sunday night. In fact, if you go to the Kick channel, that Nightbot was just nice. So to remind you, you can still see the replay from Sunday. Also, Kick is where we're going to be having the Elvira 10-hour marathon. So, come grab your popcorn or whatever snack you want from the refreshment center and sit for a spell. Maybe if you can't sit for all 10 hours, it don't matter. The admissions are free anyway. The panel's open, but no one's been here. Gitchy, the panel's been open the whole time. QEQ. The last three letters are QEQ, which is the link that we usually use for everyday panels. QEQ. Quirky, educated, and quiet. Yeah. So the panel's been open the whole time, but no one came up. So yes, we do have a panel open. But I guess people just wanted to listen more. Which is fine. I have nothing wrong with that. But let me ask you guys a question. Do you feel you're learning more now without the panel, or do you feel we're learning more or less without the panel? That's a good question, actually. That's a good question. As you may know, on Saturday nights, we would do a show, kind of like the morning show right now we're doing, but the difference is officially there would be no panel. And we would have, or I would read your questions, and I would answer them. Jim and Tim said I went trick-or-treating once when I was a kid. We lived in the middle of the woods far away from the town. How did you get to trick or treat? How does that work, Gemini Gem? I mean, how do you do trick or treating when you're far away from town? Did your mom and dad bring you down to like a central rendezvous point where you would then go out there and fan out and go to the houses around that area? Or did your parents drive you around, or were you old enough that you had your driver's license and were driving yourselves around? I've seen both systems. For the younger children, the first one made sense because they would go out with their older siblings to make sure that they were safe. Parents would drop the kids off at a central location, then they would agree to meet back. Okay. Why wouldn't wonder why that was? Why that was only one time? Was it just too much of an too much of a hassle to do it, or what? I'm just curious. Um. But anyway, um, my parents would sometimes when we were young, before we moved to River and apartments, we did something similar too. We would parents would drive us around to various houses of friends. It didn't interest us kids. Okay, I get it. Yeah. I mean, I suppose. Depending on you were raised, it really doesn't really interest everybody. Me Halloween was nice for the candy, but you know, it seemed like a lot of work to get candy, and then your mom and dad would have to check it out, make sure it's not been tampered with as best you can. Brian PC says, "Okay, I have to go for a bit, but I'll be back soon. Thanks for the great show today, and thank you. So very kind of you, Michelle. You are so very clever, Michelle. I am so impressed." Brian, there is one simple thing on my wish list. You can see what it is. It is the SM48 microphone. I think it is. Yeah. Because or was it 38? SM38. It's a Shure microphone, but it unlike the SM or PG48, it doesn't have a separate power switch on it. But I definitely would like you to check the wish list anyway. I think I did add some things to it, but nothing major. Yeah, but anyway, back to the other things. So, Brian PC, thank you very much for being on today. I appreciate it, and I will definitely hope to hear from you soon, too. It's snowing very fine flakes here. Yeah, we might see some of that here, too. A little bit of flurries. When you see very fine flakes, that means that the crystallization hasn't really been allowed to occur because the upper atmosphere is a little bit too turbulent. If you see the big, large snowflakes, that means that the snowflakes had the chance to develop more crystalline structure. And, that's the reality. Or it's the reverse. No, I think you're right. When you were in the upper atmosphere, the snow that is allowed to loft around more through nucleation process allows to build more of a crystalline structure. If you've seen this small pelty snow, it's because it's not being held aloft enough by wind to create a nucleation effect. Right. Okay, thanks. I got it backwards. Yeah. Right now, it's early, cold season coming in, so the nucleation isn't really started yet. Right. 32 degrees Celsius or cooler. But it can't be too cold, because if it's too cold, then the trend is that the snow just doesn't really form. Anything below 20 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit is really not going to have much chance to really nucleate. Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was really, really popular for performers because the fact that it's a microphone that does not have a switch on it. So you don't have to worry about accidentally turning the microphone off and then have your sound engineer start wondering why they can't hear you when when you're singing your high notes, right? Yeah. And then have them go, hey, well, let me see that microphone. Now you turn it off again on me. No. Right, I understand that. I'll keep looking. But the thing is that so let's talk about the tools that we got from Brian PC. The ones that I have used. Obviously, I've used the mixer on the Sunday night show. I used the power amp with my other turntable, so I can play my records. And I did find Live an Italian Party, which I had in my collection, which came on around 1962, I think. Okay, and on Tifton Sound. And since we played Oktoberfest yesterday, on Sunday, maybe we'll play Live in an Italian Party on Sunday. I also found 10cc, and I found one album by Queen. So, they were in my queue of my record stacks. These were all records I already had. So, this weekend for Sunday is going to be a very, very interesting show. From Italian party music to Queen playing We Will Rock You to 10cc with whatever they play. I don't know what they play. Oh, I just got those hits I got here. So those records I already have in my stacks. Right, exactly. Right, because once the snow rises up, once the moisture rises up and runs into the cold air, if it's allowed to stay up in the upper atmosphere long enough, the nucleation makes big snowflakes. The main word is moisture. If it's too dry, that's another thing that can cause you to get little tiny pelty snow. There's just not enough moisture. But if you want, Brian, I can look to find another SM48 microphone as well, or SM58. I will look for that for you a little bit later. That should be no problem. I think Michelle's finally waking up, because I can see with the ear is kind of finally perking up a bit. Yeah, my ear's finally perking up. So, as far as the face peelers go, hey, you know what? That's a great name for a soccer team or a football team. The Peruvian face peeler soccer team. Yeah. Yeah, well, the Great Lakes have I know that compared to the Great Lakes, I don't think Highland Lake would be considered a Great Lake, but I think it does have some impact on our weather too, because the fact that it is a 3-mile long lake, I think it does have an impact on our weather, at least to some extent. This is there's a spell apparently placed by a witch ever since 1955 that has been protecting Winston from the worst of the worst. The same spell has kept us safe from major hurricane damage, has kept us safe from major snowstorm damage, although it's more for hurricanes, I think, than snowstorms, earthquake damage, lightning damage, wildfire damage, which is surrounded by state forest, so that one would be really, really scary. So the thing is, we'll have to see how that works. Somebody one time said to me, why don't you try to find a way to cancel the spell? Well, I really want to, it'll be like turning off like telling your security department to get out. You don't mess around with what works. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I'll look up another microphone for to replace the one that seems to be out. You can always get the PG-48 and just do a switch next to me and take the switch out. Actually, they usually use like little switch locks. Yeah, they are those. Yeah. Yeah, they are switch. Yeah, that's an idea. So, like I said, somebody said to me, why don't you go ahead and try to find a way to cancel the spell? And like I said, that doesn't make any sense to cancel what's been keeping Winston safe. I'm not going to do that. And if it was a spell that was causing huge damage, that'd be a whole different story, but it's not. We still get our snow, we just don't get... We don't get major hurricane damage because we're far enough inland anyway, and that's just not going to be... I mean, Hurricane Irene was scary. Hurricane Sandy, the aftermath, was scary. You know why Hurricane Irene scared me more than anything? That was when the ceiling came down in my bedroom, and basically my whole bed was flooded with rainwater. That was when my landlord had no choice but to put in a whole new bedroom ceiling. And I gotta tell you, that bedroom ceiling has been rock solid ever since they put it in, never leaked again. How you doing, Tiger Kitty? How's the teeth? Your teeth good? Yeah. So, like I said earlier to my audience, I came on this morning and this show was like, this show was like way down here. You can almost tell when I'm tired because Lomi's ear has been perked up the whole time. My ear was like, down there. So finally perked up a bit. Yeah. Well, I'm nursing a coffee as we go, so. Just really interesting how so few people ever really give much thought into magic or sorcery or the arcane. Let me just tell you something. If you look at, in fact, I think it was, oh God, who said it now? Magic, science is, to some people, may appear to be like magic. I think it was Asimov that said this. What he meant was just like that. Is, to some people, they see science almost as a form of magic. But magic and applied science and theoretical science are all offshoots of alchemy. Okay? They are all trying to achieve a result by different means. Applied science, for example, like chemistry and applied physics, tries to create research products by putting knowledge of what we know about the chemical and physical world to make scientific creations. Sorcery, for example, involves using spiritual energy and of the earth, or energies of the earth, air, fire, water, and spirit to achieve things by means that are arcane or esoteric by nature, like sorcery. Okay? Theoretical science is more or less a thinking of an idea, but not necessarily knowing how to actually make it happen. We know that Stephen Hawking was really good with theoretical physicists, but he wouldn't necessarily know how, for example, how to split or create space-time travel, but he could theoretically propose the possibility of it. But his applied physics buddies would be taking his ideas and doing their best to make them a reality. Sorcery does the same thing. I mean, you could have a theoretical sorcery too, and you have applied sorcery. But the thing is, they're all an offshoot of alchemy. So, alchemy was more than just turning, lead into gold. That's just a short explanation. But alchemy was a lot more complicated than that. It's only 40 degrees here. Yeah, it's about that. It's gonna be cooling down for a while, but let me look at the forecast because I do see a trend, not a very long one, but I'm gonna throw it out here anyway. Currently, the temperature is 40 degrees exactly right now. Today, expected high is 8 degrees Celsius, and it is mostly cloudy. Don't look that cloudy to me outside, liar. Wednesday shows 70% chance of rain. I'm going to say in the daytime. A high of 6 degrees Celsius, a low of 0. So Wednesday, we might see some quick pelty snow. Yeah, we might see some quick pelty snow. Thursday, a low of minus 3 degrees Celsius. And a high is 7 degrees. Friday, sunny again, a low of 0, a high of 11. Saturday, cloudy, a high of 4 or low of 4 degrees, a high of 13. So, and that's going to stay kind of similar with a warming trend up until Monday. And then after that, it's going to start to drop again. That Thursday coming up, not this week, but next week, is going to be, Thursday says it's going to be a low of minus 3 and a high of 4. So, let's hope to God that Jimmy gets his heat turned on before everybody freezes to death.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely snow's coming. So, usually he turns it around November. So, well, that's not long right now. It's like tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Because right now I've got the electric fire going on in the bedroom. So, the bedroom is nice and moderately warm, but not too much. But about 20, maybe about 22 degrees Celsius in there right now. Rusty the cat is probably laying in there. He didn't go out yet, so he's probably in the bedroom enjoying the warmth. Remember, he's a 12-year-old cat. He's just he's a senior. He's just like an old person. He's gonna want a little bit extra warmth as they get older. In fact, the cats and dogs too, when they get older, just like old humans, they have problems, they have hard times doing things. There was 84 last week, snow today, Wisconsin weather. Yeah, and you guys are right near the Canadian border too, which also has an impact, and the Great Lakes. So for you guys, a lot of the stuff depends on the cold fronts coming in from the Canadian. Remember, El Nino, understand this, this is a big deal. When I got hurt on December 6th, 2019, Mother Asna said to me, "Don't worry about rushing out to go do your job right now. because I will take care of it. That's when she implanted La Nina. Then which resulted in the mild weather we've had for the most part. Because she didn't want me to worry about it. And now, this year will be officially the first year that we are officially off the injured list. Even though we still have an injury. But the fact is that we have adapted and we're still going there and we're going to still kick butt. And as I see one, okay, there's Tiger Kitty. Hold on a minute, Tiger Kitty, I see you. Let's get you on here. Good morning, how you doing? Yeah.
Oh, God. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah,
I was laughing.
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. You got your earphones done then?
Yeah, I got my earphones fixed. Yeah.
Right.
It was just the wire came off one of the drivers. So anyway,
cool.
what's
that saved you some money?
Yeah, it did, because I priced how much the original leather headphones costed me originally, because I found the original information. I bought the other ones in July, where the headphone jack broke on these, and they still work as Bluetooth headphones, but I don't really.
Well, the ones you got, how old are the ones you're wearing?
These are the older ones I got. These were made in the 1970s.
Wow.
And these are only made, 2022 maybe? Yes, they deliberately fold like that. So.
Yeah, so you don't like the new ones, you prefer them, the old ones?
I like the new ones for some things. But I just, the construction of them, like I explained to Trish, or just, the new headphones are like made cheap, and the electronics in them are also made cheap.
Plastic. Whereas the ones you're wearing look metal.
Well, these cups are plastic. These are Bakelite.
Oh, I thought they got metal.
The headband is metal, but there's a leatherette material on the top. That if I get some leather conditioner, maybe I can make the leather on the top look better, because they don't sell replacement headband covers for these headphones on eBay in China.
Have you ever tried to buy another pair of those so you have the parts?
Yeah, if I buy another headphone like this, I could probably find the same ones.
Yeah,
even if the ones with bum cords, you could always get the same headphone cord I have here and put them into this, which would be pretty rugged. And then, of course, the ear cups pads are available too on eBay from China, so I can get the ear pads. They're 10 centimeter in diameter. You know. So
you got any plans for tonight, Michelle? Are you doing anything?
We have the 3 o'clock, 10-hour Elvira Missions to the Dark Marathon.
Oh, more tits.
Those people who want to watch horror movies can watch 10 hours Elvira tonight.
It was just boobs. That's all we saw last time.
Well, there's still boobs. Elvira always shows her boobs, no matter what.
They were blurring them out a little bit.
At least you can do that on Kicking that. No one would basically throw you out in space. Yeah. What's automatically okay? So Gothic Jinko Sembo hell of a review. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't even review it. Did anyone review it? What's the Gothic Drink Combo say?
They want to watch horror movies.
He said, I want to watch horror movies. How about watching whole movies? I mean, Elvira Misses the Darkness. It's from the series called 13 Nights of Elvira. I didn't have time to put 16 hours of movies in, because fact of the matter is, remember guys, the stream would be starting 3 o'clock. For 12 hours ahead, that'd be 3 in the morning. Okay? And then add another 4 hours to that. That means 7, 8 morning would be over. And then I have to get up and I have to get ready to stream my morning show.
I don't think anyone expects you to do that, Michelle. You know, you just do what you can.
Right. I think 10 hours also works.
Everything you do. It's all appreciated. I mean, there's no way I can watch 8 hours of that woman's tits flopping around. So I'll come in and watch.
I don't expect everyone's going to want to sit through and watch all 10 hours of it.
Right. I will be in though and come in and say hello.
But I mean, sure, some people might watch all 10 hours of it.
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
after all, you got men that can watch the American Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All those games are long halftime shows, and so in a way, I'm gonna stick in some new intermissions clocks in there. I had one that kind of definitely fits the theme of the movie.
Michelle, what do you think about my idea?
What's that?
About having a banner across the screen at the bottom, not a massive banner, but a little banner with like something you want to do, like the skydiving, and say we need $150. So we could have skydiving, help Michelle skydive, $150, rolling across the bottom of the screen. Every time someone donates, we take it off of the
I'm not sure exactly how to do that. I do know that there is a tool to do that for OBS, but I don't know anything how to use it. So I might choose just...
Noodles knows how to use it. I'm pretty sure I've seen some people use it.
I think I know people use it, but what I might do is maybe I might make it a static image, just like Silvermoon Radio has one. You know.
Well, I'm just using skydiving as an example. So let's say it's something else.
Well, it's not really skydiving. Because actual skydiving actually comes from out of a plane.
Yeah, we're not throwing you out a plane, Michelle.
Right, no. So we gotta make sure we get the right name of it. I don't know if it's I don't think it's skydiving. I think it's sky training.
Yeah, it's just the wind tunnel thing.
Oh well,
Dimitri is up for
the movie is going to start at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So basically, I just start it, and then I can go pad back into the bedroom and take a nap, and then by the time I wake up, Elvira will still be showing her movies until about midnight.
And her tits.
And herself. Yeah, definitely. Unless Kit gets mad at me and throws me out. What is this crap? She's showing this! Wait a minute, sir. It doesn't say she can't. It don't? Well...
What happens if the movie's finished and you're not there? Will it just be a blank screen?
Obviously, yeah. Unless I decide to make it a loop. Oh, God. Yeah, when the movie's over, it's pretty much... Michelle, can you actually program the computer to shut down the show at the end of it, like with a timer? You know, just so it automatically starts and you can start it manually. And then, 10 hours later, shut it off, just in case you forget. Yeah, you can do that. Just like we do when we start the show. We have the timer starts the show. That's not a bad idea.
Do you have a timer on the show?
Well, yeah, when I start the show, when you see the intro come up, right, the test pattern?
Yeah.
Okay, the timer automatically, at that point, starts counting down 2 minutes. And then it goes to the actual intro. And then it switches over to the other camera.
So you know where you're at at all times. You know how
Um,
long you've got.
yeah, I mean, because in this case, well, in the case of the show, it's easy because then I press the button. I usually started at 9:57. So then when I press the button, it's going to count down after it shows the test pattern on the key after it goes live. Shows the test pattern on screen, and then 2 minutes later we get the regular intro, and then it doesn't end the show though. I don't have an end show button. But for this though, if I wanted to not have to worry about forgetting to end the stream, at least then we could have an end show button. At least Michelle's not going to necessarily do an after show at that time of night. Not at midnight, no. I probably would be kind of snug as a bug in a rug.
Dimitri has some questions for you.
What's that?
Does the Mac have a automation software?
Yeah, it does through the Elgato Stream Deck. And the Mac also can do scripting as well through the automation tools that comes with the Apple.
He said where you can drag and drop actions of apps.
Yeah, with the Apple one, yeah. With the Elgato, it's a different system, but yes. So with the Elgato, for example, I can use once as long as I got the screen pre-configured properly for the VLC player, then I can go ahead and tell the VLC program to start the movie at a certain time, which means press play, and it'll go through the whole film. And then when it's done, that's exactly what I would do. You got it, right? Yeah. I think that would work.
Work it out. Good morning, Mojo.
Yeah. How you doing, Mojo?
Are you not? Would you not watch They, Michelle, the horror movie They?
What's that?
I look. There's 6 people. Dabs has said. Plus, I'll watch it. That's 7 people.
Right.
Want to watch.
Right. So that's what we got. But I'm not going to sit there for all 10 hours of it.
No, he's on about a different movie. He's on about never going to play.
And then
what is it? I don't even know what that is.
Nearly Dark here. Oh yeah.
Oh, They Live.
Have
you heard of it, Michelle? They Live.
They Live. No, I didn't download that one. But today is officially Halloween, so
Is it? I thought.
And I already had downloaded all 13 Nights of Elvira, but we're only showing about 5 of them. I don't have time to get all 13 nights in because that's over 19 hours long.
Well,
and I'm
so is there any chance we can watch They Live?
Maybe next week.
Do you not want to?
But I want to start focusing on Christmas stuff too, and Thanksgiving movies.
You don't want to because it's a horror movie. I get it. Just say I don't like horror movies. That's fine.
Right.
Okay, then you don't have to. I get it. Not everybody likes horror movies. All right, I'll tell you. Yeah, Christmas movies. A Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
that's
A Wonderful Life. But then there's a few other good ones too, like from the ABC Family Channel that were worth it, like Christmas All the Way. Then of course we have Ernest Saves Christmas. That's kind of good. Elf. It's good. Of course, the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's good. That's a funny one.
Yeah, that was good. Oh
yeah, let's start with the Christmas movies then. If you want to not do horror,
I think also again we would also show the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles again too, because that really was based around Thanksgiving. So I think it would make sense to get Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. Unfortunately, I deleted it off the hard drive, so I have to re-download it again. But
Home Alone, Michelle, that's classic mojo, isn't it? Home Alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
There's 4 of them. The fourth one is not at all like 1, 2, 3. They had a different actor in the fourth.
Yeah, he couldn't stay young forever, could he? Isn't he a drug addict now or something?
Yeah. But he still got along with another YouTuber channel and kind of did like his own variation of the Home Alone stunts they did.
Dimitri, I'm getting worried about you. How do you know that there's a Christmas movie called Rudolph the Well-Hung Reindeer? Who's watching things like that? Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town by Rankin Bass.
Original
little puppets, little claim stop action puppetry.
Look at him, he's on a roll this morning.
Jingle All the Way is a seasonal. I was thinking about that one too. It just came up in my head. Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
It'll probably put you in a good mood. Some Christmas movies.
Christmas always gives me a good mood.
Gives us all that nice buzz, doesn't it? Christmas. Everyone that we hate is now friends.
You know what I want to try to do is remember all the LED light strips that were given to me or donated to me, the 2 there. I want to try to put them somewhere around, maybe set them up.
You should use the stuff that you've been given or donated. Absolutely. It might cheer you up.
What's that?
It might cheer you up, being a bit more festive.
Yeah, probably would.
You have been miserable the last 2 days.
Corn Lake, what's that?
Corn Lake.
The butt cracker. Oh, by the way, I did find my Nutcracker Sweet Tchaikovsky final album of the Nutcracker Suite.
Oh, yeah.
So,
good morning, Brian. PC.
If you ever want to listen to the Nutcracker Suite during the Christmas Silvermoon radio,
good morning,
what is that going to be? So, let's see. That's a good question. Because Christmas and Silvermoon, that's a great question. When is Christmas and Silvermoon? Okay, Christmas is the 25th. Is Christmas Eve is the 24th. Christmas Day is the 25th. So it's on Sunday and Monday. So, which means maybe we can kind of schedule to have an extra long Silvermoon radio with music and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You already saw me on the panel this week with the turntable now with the 2 turntables because I want to try to
kind of missed that. I don't think now, Michelle. That would have been a nice knees up.
Yeah.
Why?
What's that?
Yeah. A good knees up over Christmas with you at Silvermoon, but I don't drink alcohol anymore, so.
Oh,
I'll just have to get some really strong weed.
Yeah, I definitely because of Thanksgiving we'd have some of the alcohol left over in the box, in the Franzia box anyway. So yeah, or the Villa box. There's no reason why we couldn't get a little bit tipsy on Christmas Eve, the 24th, which is Sunday. And then if you guys would pardon me for sleeping in on Christmas Day.
You sleep in all day Christmas Day if you want to.
Or at least come up later on in the day, because I mean most...
So other people will be with their families. I wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't.
Right.
You should just do what you got to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is that the Crossy turntable, I probably could buy it at the beginning of the month of December, So we have the second turntable. And the problem is, by default, they come with sapphire styluses. So I definitely do want to buy at least a couple diamond ones to play my records, so I don't have to worry about changing the stylus every 50 hours to record play.
I hate that you're going to be on your own Christmas Day, but you do have Krista down the stairs, I guess.
Do I have a Christmas down the stairs?
No, I said I hate that you're going to be on your own Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, unfortunately, it happens.
Yeah, it's just sad.
I've heard of Flubber. Yeah.
Flubber.
Oh, yeah. By the way, if you want to see a movie that's kind of a winter horror movie, you should watch Revenge of the Snow Queen. Or Snow Queen Revenge. It is a horror movie, drama, thriller, kind of weird thing. I think I watched it a couple years ago on my channel when Silvermoon, when AM 1610, actually when it was on Discord. That was weird, but that would be kind of satisfy all the Scorpios in this group. They definitely would probably be enjoying that. Lots of weird alien stuff. Yeah.
Krista, do you spend Christmas with your mum and your children, or do you pop over there and then come back and spend it at your house?
You're talking to Brian PC?
I'm talking to Krista.
Oh, Krista, okay. What about
I don't know Brian PC's mum. I don't know Chris's mum, actually.
Well, for Thanksgiving, this Noodles is supposed to be going to be coming over on Thanksgiving, so yeah, that probably would be. Because we do have the camera in the kitchen, we just have to swap the cables around and plug
I can't wait
the kitchen camera in instead of the camera for the port or for the window. Because we don't have enough USB inputs for another USB dongle. But, so we would just probably swap cameras.
And for those of you who don't know, Michelle invited Noodles round for Thanksgiving. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have a nice Thanksgiving meal. I don't know if they're
try, yeah.
Yeah, and spend some time together. Isn't that lovely?
Well, we do Christmas at my mom's, and then we do Christmas Day here with Ray. And my
I see.
daughter and sister-in-law and her husband. Okay.
Oh, that's great. Krista gets 2.
Well, I got a feeling that Noodles is not going to do a 4 a.m. Christmas turkey dinner. I think that was a little bit crazy with Ed, but that's what he wanted to do. That's it for you.
Yeah, 4 a.m. to eat your turkey is a little bit.
Well, you don't have to worry about if you ate too much and saying, "Oh, I'm going to be tired." Oh, it's okay. When you're done, just put the food away in the refrigerator and go get the mattress. No one's going to give a damn.
Did Ed wash up after himself? Did he do the dishes?
Yeah. We put the food away. I did most of putting it away. He was a little bit beat up and tired after that, So the camera is never taken down from the kitchen. It's still there, actually. It's still set up.
That sounds awesome.
So you get to look at my holy Christ dirty floor again. Jeez.
It sounds a lot of fun, Michelle. You're having more fun than I am.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So anyway, so what we'll do is we'll just temporarily reroute the connections for the camera to the one in the kitchen, and then we'll use that camera in the kitchen to show the kitchen, and then just so the camera over here, the one that's in the studio, will be showing the living room. I know Noodles wouldn't have a problem with that being on camera. You know he's going to be hamming it up with his own cell phone camera, right?
Exactly.
So now he's going to go, cool, I'm streaming on both at the same time. How awesome. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The Snow Queen is based on the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. Yeah. But you know what? The funny thing is, it's not really totally a fairy tale because it goes back to Nordic lore of the Snow Queen was one of the people that worked with the frost giants. And one of the she was part of, I believe, the Aesir. I think the Aesir. They were supposedly getting ready for Ragnarok. Her forces were supposedly the cold forces that would be coming in to, with her trolls, would come in to destroy Midgard. It's funny because the real North American Snow Queen, which is me, knows the lore, but you know, I'm very much glad I don't usually work with trolls. Pretty much, Gabs, he didn't. But he did at least put some of the food in the refrigerator. So if for some reason Noodles don't show up or comes up to help when you do something for Thanksgiving to get a anyway, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Krista. I appreciate having a backup plan.
Thank you, Krista. That was really good. But I think he's coming. I think he's looking forward to it.
I know, he did sound excited. So, yeah, I think he's coming.
Yeah, he did. He even talked about it later on. I think I think he's over the moon. See, a little gesture, Michelle. That's all it took.
And unlike Ed, we're not necessarily going to be using canned gravy. We were going to try to make our own gravy with the turkey drippings.
Wow.
Because Ed wouldn't even bother to try.
What I've seen, he cooked you that steak. I don't know if he cooks, but I see him cook you that steak, and he did a pretty good job with that. So
yeah, I did. I think he does like cooking. I just don't think he likes cooking for himself only, because you know he doesn't. He likes to cook with these other people to entertain. I'm kind of the same way. You know, I don't like if it's just me. It's like, oh, I'll just throw a pizza in the oven. You know.
If Noodles don't show up, get Stan to drive you to his place.
Yeah. So I think have Stan drive into his place. I know I got a better idea, guys. In fact, this is what Krista suggested, that this backup with her family. That doesn't sound like a bad idea, considering the fact is she lives right downstairs. That'd be pretty easy if it comes to that. In fact, I want to invite you guys, Krista and your husband, to come upstairs for a bit for Thanksgiving, too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it. I don't think he's going to let you down. The thing is, how did we get the turkey?
How did we get the turkey? Was donated. Well, that one we bought that turkey. We bought it at the Market 32. It's delivered by Instacart. So we'll probably do something similar unless Noodles wants to go grab the turkey and a bag of mashed potatoes or whole potatoes, and let's see if we have some flour that's still good. It's been in Ziploc bags to make the gravy. Do we have any cornstarch left? We might have some cornstarch. I don't remember my mom using cornstarch in gravy, though.
Yeah, it thickens it up.
Yeah, it does. And then so there's a little bit of flour.
I always use cornstarch.
But we don't have any onion.
You've got time to get an onion and turkeys and stuff. I'm just wondering, though, getting a whole turkey.
Well, that's where that slop chop would have been nice. Perfectly for nice dicing onions. Really fine to make it on gravy. Usually you use onions and beef gravy. I don't know about turkey gravy. I don't know. Like give it a nice little taste to it.
A whole turkey a little bit too much for just a person.
A 20-pound turkey for me, Noodles would probably be fine. Even a 10-pound. like a hen would be fine. You don't need a big monster turkey.
No, of course not. I mean, I don't mind having maybe.
I got a nice reusable turkey roasting pan, so we can, cook it slowly and in the oven.
But do you want to be eating turkey for the next week? Ugh, not me.
Oh man, I can just always warm up plates of turkey in my microwave every day until it's gone. So that's still an option.
Hello.
Yeah, see, I don't like chicken. I'd rather have a
spring.
I love that
These
quote.
cold
Sorry
and
about
vast
that.
lands may seem dismal, but this is a place of many secrets.
Oh yes, I'm sure Vera Thompson would agree with that one. We had many secrets of winter spring.
Chris Bliss said trick or treat. Which one do you want? She'll have treat, I think, wouldn't you, Michelle?
What'd it say? A treat?
Chris Bliss said trick or treat. Which one?
Chris Bliss asked about that trick or treat. Me, I've always been very loyal to Christmas. Trick or treating. Me, I would probably just do I go for the treats, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
I'm terrible at doing tricks. I am. I'm not good at doing tricks. I mean, holy crap, I can't even shuffle a deck of tarot cards, a turkey breast would be perfect. Well, let's see what we can get, guys. I think a small turkey hen would be fine. I don't think we need or even chicken. I'm not too picky about the chicken versus turkey argument. But
what's the food like? The turkey dinner at the shelter place at the what's it called? No, the place where you get free food. What's that place called?
The Soup Kitchen.
Yeah, what's their turkey dinner like?
I don't know what their turkey dinner is like. It's a standard fare. When they had it, it would be turkey, mashed potatoes, usually powdered. Sometimes they make them fresh. Gravy, vegetables. Was set up like a serving line, so you just take your little plate and go through it.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't bad. I wanted to one day video it, but I didn't want to get people pissed off with me videoing it when I was there. I kind of wish I did for the archival sake.
What a shame. Those were the days. You're probably the only one with footage from inside there, Michelle.
Well, let's see what's this now. Oh yeah. Only one with the footage from the inside. That would be nice though. So let's see what Krista says. She says, Michelle, you could just get turkey breast, a couple turkey breasts, or you could just get a couple turkey legs. Instead of making a whole huge ass turkey. Well, I wasn't gonna make a quote huge ass turkey. Like I said, a 20-pounder or 10-pounder would be fine. I don't really need a big monster Tom. A hen would be fine, or even a roasting chicken, because the chicken would be good too.
Yeah, I'd prefer the chicken.
And I do got chicken stuffing mix.
Ask him if he prefers chicken. If I was him, I'd go for the chicken. But don't some people have ham as well?
Yeah.
Do people have ham on Thanksgiving, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, but I never really liked ham that much.
Well, you don't like pork.
Not really. It's not really my thing. I like roast pork. The ham is kind of the same thing as pork, actually. They both come from the hog. But ham is smoked, I believe, and roast pork isn't smoked.
It's not all smoked. You can get honey ham, brown sugar ham.
Yeah, you can get that.
All different.
We did have a honey ham one time. That was good.
But you do like Spam.
Oh, yeah, we do. We got about 5 cans of it left. So, yeah, if you really wanted to.
How can you like Spam and not like ham?
But I don't like the light Spam, though. The light Spam is sorely lacking in flavor. That would be very sad for Thanksgiving, though. What's for Thanksgiving, honey? Spam from a can? No, the stuff that comes from my email folder. That stuff.
You could have pulled his leg, and you should have just got out a tin of Spam. Too late. We've told everyone now. You could have joked with him.
I only eat ham and hot sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like that.
No,
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, Gemini Gem's putting a Christmas tree up next week.
Yeah. We're going to see if that Christmas tree is working. I was going to set them up with pixels. Those WS2811 pixels. And a controller. Because I think that would be better than standard LED fairy lights. Because then you can program to all twinkle different colors. Those are not that expensive. Holy Christ. I'm sure. How much money are you going to spend?
How big's that tree thing you've got now? As big as me, I should think.
The one they got from Soup Blevins. I'll probably just use that tray because it's one that's still sitting in the pantry or in the storage bin. If we can manage to dig it out. I don't even know if the lights on it work. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to one day maybe try getting some of those WS2811 pixels. RGB pixels. So we can have them change all kinds of different colors.
Christmas trees are pretty cheap nowadays. You don't have to spend a fortune on a Christmas tree. By the time you've bought the lights and fiddled about with it and replaced everything else you're going to replace, you might as well have got a new tree.
Well, the physical tree is fine. If I plug the lights in and they're working, I'll use them. But if they don't, I mean, because the fact that they ban so many incandescent light bulbs, I don't know where you would find a replacement bulb to stick into the sockets. Well, you know, Big Clive showed when he changed some old fairy bulbs into LED lights. He just used a dropping resistor to bring it down from the 240 mains voltage down to the necessary forward voltage of the bulbs. I mean, the LEDs. So I suppose you could do the same thing, since you only got to bring it down from the mains voltage of 120 down to the 3 volts for the standard RGB pixels. Yeah.
This is sounding dangerous now. You're messing with electric.
Yeah, but I got experience doing it. But the problem is it's just a lot of extra stuff to do. It's easy to buy a pre-made string of fairy lights and try to make your own.
Sure, I don't know, but maybe the dollar store or somewhere has got a set of lights. They can't be $5, can they? For a set of lights.
Yeah, you can buy a cheap tree, $1 tree. I got a little tiny cheap tree. It's only about 5 inches tall, which is virtually about for Ed's train layout. So it looks like a big, town park tree lighting tree, you know. Oh, by the way, this year they're supposedly going to be having a tree lighting ceremony in December in Winston at the town park. I think it's going to be the first time in years we had one. Because I seem to remember that a couple years ago we didn't have a tree lighting ceremony until this will be, I think, will be the first year that we had a tree lighting ceremony.
Right, Michelle, why don't you put just a cheap set of lights on your wish list?
Yeah, I could do that.
Chuck them on.
I still think that I still like those pixels idea. Michelle, you already got a whole package of Christmas lights that you never opened. You have a whole nother box of them. Yeah, 100 Christmas bulbs. And that one Christmas tree would be like, that thing would be so damn bright. I'll be like the Griswold Christmas house. 100 Christmas bulbs around a tree that's only 5 foot tall. Just like the National Lampoon's Christmas Christmas house. Plug it. What do you do? Lighting up the entire space? Are you making a beacon?
Yeah, That might be too many for that little tree.
So, yeah, I like the trees with lights already attached.
But you don't want battery ones, do you?
Yeah, that's what this tree was. The lights were already on it. Apparently, I guess Sue Blevins and her Rick got half of it. Wonder where the other tree I wonder where the other half of the tree went.
They cut the tree in half, and you all got half of the tree.
Yeah, they had half a tree in a hall. They didn't have a stand, so they just put it into a cardboard box. I was like, you couldn't even bother to make a base for this? Really? Lame. Yeah, really. It was just like, why did you design it this way? It's so stupid. I mean, the thing is, I got an idea. Oh, God. What? Screw it. No, what do you mean screw it? Well, I mean, it's like, well, why don't you find a way to make the base a little wider so it doesn't topple over so you can put the tree in the window? That might work, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of... Rusty's smart enough. He actually knows enough to stay away from the mains cords. Just like, I don't have to worry so much about around the candles with during the convocation. Gotta get some more candles, too.
Oh, what about battery operated candles? Does it have to be candles?
Yeah. Oh, I tried some battery operated candles before. They worked okay. I think the cutest one is what I probably would do is just take a candle taper and just... One year I had I have a LED flashlight and I had it aiming up. It was against a white candle and it looked like it was a lightsaber pointing out into space. That was fascinating. But that was when we didn't have really room for a big fancy setup because of my knee injury. Actually, it was before my knee injury. I think it was on the 18th we did that. 2018, yeah. They didn't even want to do a full candle affair. He just basically said yeah, let's just go ahead and have a single candle. That was maybe that was before that. I think it was like 2. I don't know. It was a while ago, but it was cute. It was a neat effect.
Oh, Brian, that sounds lovely.
Okay, Brian says the big ham will slow cook for 6 hours and add applesauce. The top with cinnamon for spice for 2 more hours. Makes a fantastic roast for all. Okay, so what do? Do you put foil on top of that to slow cook that and baste it as needed? Because obviously, if you... Ed is not that kind of a good cook when he cooked. He didn't even use foil half the time. It was like, I told him, I said, Ed, why aren't you wrapping the meat up? It's going to dry out. Now, I don't want to go through all that work. And then all of a sudden you get the meat, and it's exactly what I said. He dried the heck out of it, because he didn't cover it with any kind of a foil or anything. And he didn't constantly keep the water on the meat and baste it. So that thing would just... Next thing you know, you're eating crunchy stuff, the heavy crackling on the outside, and then yeah.
Poor guy. At least he tried. I mean, I will give him that.
Yeah, I know.
But, he did always do it.
But being that I was always one of the people that was good, eats with Alton Brown, I had a better idea how to cook it. Yeah, and you still desiccated a steak, though. Yeah, I cooked that too long. I agree.
Good morning, Kat.
How you doing, Kat? How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Pineapple juice. One thing is, I don't like pineapple juice. So that's...
I don't know if you taste the juice. I think the pineapple juice is for tenderizing.
Besides, yeah, you can use pineapple juice to tenderize. But also, some medications do not do good with pineapples or grapefruits. I don't know. I know my medication said don't use with grapefruits, but I don't know what
shit.
it feels about pineapple. And I don't like pineapple anyway, so I probably would just avoid it.
What kind of meds can you not have pineapple with?
Yeah, I'll figure something out. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, but what are the meds that you can't have pineapple with? What is it?
I mean, I forgot. I think originally it was with the level thyroxine, I think it was, or was it Celebrex?
Is it for cholesterol?
Well, the level thyroxine is from my thyroid because I'm underactive thyroid.
Oh, look.
The Celebrex is for joint pain.
Oh.
The simvastatin is for cholesterol. They're trying to raise the good cholesterol by keeping the bad cholesterol low, which it already is low. But I don't know if that's gonna really work. And that's when I talked to the doctor when I make the appointment in December to ask her. I said, do we think we still need to continue to take the level of the simvastatin, because statins can damage the insulation around your nerves, which is made out of cholesterol, and cause your nerves to short circuit, which could be very bad since your brain is full of cholesterol, because your brain's got a lot of insulated sections, except where you want the nerves to come in contact, like near the dendrites. That's
so
why you need so much work.
Cholesterol drugs, blood pressure drugs, anxiety drugs, organ rejection drugs, all these you shouldn't be drinking grapefruit juice with.
Right. And the thing is, since I don't like grapefruit juice anyway, it's no big deal. Oh, yeah. By the way, related to that is, don't drink too much orange juice if you're smoking weed either, because it'll really amplify the high. And the Gitchy's right about that.
Does it?
Yeah.
I can't drink orange juice.
Apple or cinnamon really does help with to keep moist with cooking and tasty. I agree with apple and cinnamon. I certainly could see those two working together. I would like your cooking choices for tasty roast to cook in low heat for longer. Yeah, it'll be different. I don't know exactly how Noodles wants to cook it. See, I'm going to help him out, obviously. But, I mean, we have to figure out what we're going to need for ingredients. Because we have to come together and get into a chat, ideally in a written chat. Because that way we can have the documentation of the actual chat. So we can make sure we know what ingredients we're going to be each buying.
Yeah, he needs to say what he wants to eat.
Yeah.
Does he want turkey, or would he rather have a chicken?
I don't know. I don't mind turkey, but I think we're not gonna get no 50-pound tom. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, like a 20-pound hen would be more than fine, considering the fact is what, but maybe about 6 people to have Thanksgiving. Yeah. Maybe Krista and Ray come up for a little bit, me and Noodles, and then me and Lumi for another day, and then...
Oh, yeah, that's the other 2.
Yeah. I use orange juice when I'm getting drunk. When grilling steak, yeah, that might work.
Any news on Dab's cat? Are you here, Dabs?
Any news on what, Ed?
Dabs.
Oh, Dabs. Cat. Oh, yeah, how's the cat doing? That's right, how's the kitty doing? I forgot to ask about that. How's the cat doing? Is she getting kind of back on the mend still, or is she having a relapse, or what? What's the story with the kitty?
Let's hope she's all right, because he hasn't said anything. So that's good news, I think. This fucking echo.
Yeah. Need more than 1 pound of meat. I don't know. That's a good question, Brian. I guess in America, it's just like everything else. We supersize everything. We supersize our soda. We supersize our hamburgers. We supersize our steaks, and we supersize ourselves. Yeah, we do, unfortunately. Underactive thyroid. Yeah, but Noodles, I can't do much about my thyroid. That's why I take medication for it. And it is stabilizing it. But the poundage was already done, so it makes it kind of hard, you know. So currently at work, okay. Brian BC says yes, that will send me. Okay, I'm just gonna get caught up here. I drink beer when I smoke weed. Okay. Brian B says, why do people need more than 1 pound of meat? And then it says, I usually feed seasons 10 pounds of meat. Okay. I'll leave that one up for interpretation.
You got that one, Michelle. That didn't slip past
Cooked
you.
meat is nice, but more examples of a tasty cooking experience is to pay particular attention to the vegetables. Yeah, you know what's one thing Americans often don't think about is the side dishes, the vegetables. Definitely can get some fresh or, you know, nice, good frozen vegetables. Or we got canned vegetables. I don't have to buy canned vegetables. We already got canned vegetables. Just gotta rinse all the brine out of the cans. And then we got peas, we got corn. We don't have any carrots though. We don't have any carrots, but we don't have a pie. We don't have an apple pie. We don't have I hate pumpkin, so forget pumpkin. But apple I probably would make. Or chocolate cream pie.
Oh, you could just grab a pie from somewhere. I wouldn't be cooking no bloody pies. Not on top of cooking a frigging dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, well, some people, I mean, that's common for single family people, is that they'll just eat out, like you said, like at the soup kitchen. I wonder if the soup kitchen will finally just kind of throw their hands in the air and say, what the hell? Let's let them come in here for Thanksgiving. At least we can do that much. Yeah, that'd be nice if they would say that.
Oh no, Leo. Leo's heating's gone. The furnace stopped working.
How you doing, Brian? Blazing Leo, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Leo. Morning, Dorian.
Well-prepared vegetables. And during the time that most meat cooks, you get plenty of time to cook. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, you do. Always do a pound of baby spinach. Yeah, I could do that. How you doing? Oh, did Dabs ever respond about the cat? I didn't even know if I saw that.
No sign of Dab's response yet. He might be driving or something.
Okay. So, anyway, it's already 12:33.
Okay, then I'll let you get going, and goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. Have a good one, Michelle.
Yeah, because don't forget, we have the Silvermoon movies today for 10 hours.
On Kick.
On Kick, yeah. Talk about a slow-cooked movie night.
All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah, so everybody, so please do come over there and do check it out. Hi, Kid, and hi, Dorian. Of course, Blazing Leo. So hi to you guys. So yeah, I am going to stick a couple of intermissions in there for the movie night. Because, well, one thing is, it is long enough that I am sure you're going to need a reminder to go to your local refreshment center and grab something to eat. Holy Christ, that's right after movies 1, 2, and then we put intermission reminder in there. And then After movie 3, 4, stick another one in there, and then 5 and 6, stick another one in there. By the time you get to the 7th, you're probably like, I don't care how many boobs you see. I don't do Halloween candy. Live for 10 hours. Oh, I'm not necessarily going to be watching it live all the way through. I'm going to probably be sawing a few trees in between, because I'm still a little tired. Not as tired as I was this morning, because you can see that with my ears at least now up in the air. But this morning they were like, well, mine was like this. Michelle's is like this. So like, because I slept good. Michelle didn't. Like, so Michelle was here, was like, mine was up. Yeah, it looked like some American outlets from some mad scientist lab or something. I'm not. Oh, I'm going. She's saying. Oh, Noodles is saying she's going to video the trick or treaters. Okay. Don't forget, Noodles. We need to start planning for the Thanksgiving dinner. Because, we need to figure out who's going to get what we're going to get. We're going to get a turkey, we're going to get a chicken, we're going to go get a roast, we're going to go get a ham. We need to know that, what vegetables we're going to cook. Do you want to order ingredients, have them delivered through Instacart? Do you want to go pick them up at the grocery store? Do you want to go pick them up there, the turkey, say, up in town where you live, put it in your car. By the time you drive it up here, it'll probably be defrosted enough to go throw it right in the oven. We need to come up with a plan. Because I gotta try to coordinate and figure out what we need on this side. Because we have canned vegetables, but we don't have any fresh potatoes. Yeah. Kids probably think you're a witch. Probably. Well, guys, it is a nice show. It came out better. The show wasn't very active. Partly because it was just slow. Like Lumi said, I was kind of feeling like an engine in the cold weather, just not turning over. Spraying a little engine fluid. Right up the carburetor. Pretty much. You can always tell Michelle's ears say it all. When you ever see Michelle's ear and it's like this, you know damn well that she's half asleep. Now her ear is kind of perking up, so you can see she's up now. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I guess if you want to do that, I guess I can grab all the desserts. Just don't eat them all ahead of time, Michelle. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We have time. You and I have a Discord. I have ability to. This is fine for Discord or even text messages, because we can go back and look at the message and say, "Oh, Michelle says she'll take care of that, and I'll take care of this," and we know what we're getting ahead of time. Absolutely. All right, guys. So 3:00, kick.com will be the movie night for 10 hours, maybe a little longer than that, because of I'm going to see if I can set a timer up to start and stop the show. Can I make a suggestion? What? What would happen if you basically, at the end of the show, you could do a replay of Silvermoon Radio? What? No, yeah. I mean, no one even. All the people that come into the Kick movie night are already subscribers to Kick. They don't need to see Silvermoon Radio again. Maybe. Oh, somebody wants to Miss Han as a pie. Okay. Wow, just all the crap news was better. Well, that's all you said, huh? Was timed out. Yeah, well, the trolls are out there, guys. The trolls are out there tonight. Today we actually also promoted her. Let people know that we're live on Wendy's PAX channel on Discord. So we'll probably get some new people from Wendy PAX channel. So streaming while not there. Just remember to tune in, folks. Yeah, absolutely. That's 10 hours. I'm sure you guys can catch it sometime in the day. Yeah. If I wake up and I find my channel was terminated by Kick, then I'll know what happened. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, she seems like a nice person. From what I saw when I was on Kermit and Friends, she did seem like a nice person. So it's Michele on Kick. Yep, that's the channel. And don't forget, you guys can also check out some of our other things too. Here's all of our links. Again, there's the one button macros that I talked about earlier that we can use to kick everything up. Boom, 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 boom. Makes it really easy. Yeah. Silvermoon Radio is on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That's midnight UK time, unfortunately. For the Silvermoon Drive-In Movie Theater, it's been starting at Tuesday nights today at 3 o'clock our time. That's 8 o'clock your time. So maybe you might be able to watch with you and your wife and your older kids the some of the Elvira movies. Maybe not all 10 hours of them, because that would be like 8 o'clock, 10 hours, so let's say, oh my god, that's like almost the next day. It's like 7, 8 in the morning? Not quite, because if it was 8 hours, it would be 12 hours, it would be 8 a.m. the next day. So maybe about 6 o'clock in the morning, the last movie runs. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I did join her group. Maybe she'll say hi to me. We'll see what happens with that. I finally decided to give it a click. So please do check out Silvermoon Radio. I will, you know what I will do is, when you go over to the Kick, you don't necessarily have to watch the movie. You can go ahead and watch the replays. And the last replay of Silvermoon Radio was pretty good. Nevada movie all my life, not once. I would say Elvira was an American television character played by Cassandra Peterson. That's, you would almost think belongs in Chatterbait, honestly. Definitely not. It's funny because when it was on regular public national television in the United States, the fact that she was showing her well-endowed bosom, there was actually during the daytime hours on the Saturday in my time zone on channel 20. Which is a public TV channel. I couldn't believe that they were showing all those boobs at that time of day. All the guys in my family, particularly my father and my uncle, were like totally enamored by her character. Why, even they were like crazily excited. Yeah. a lot of the movies Elvira does come from all different genres. Yeah, 50s and 60s is mostly where most of her movies come from. So you're gonna see what she's doing now with 13 Nights of Elvira. Even though theoretically I'm only showing you about 7 of them. I didn't have time to get in all 19 hours of movies. I was like, oof. I said that's just too much for me to do. I'd be dog tired and showing my computer after showing that many hours of film. Oh my god, yes. You keep mishearing when you say it, Michelle. When I say what? Yeah. So the movies are going to be starting at 3 o'clock Eastern Time on Kick. That's just the link I already posted above. And you can click on it again. It's exclamation KICK. Okay. And it's going to run for 10 hours. So, yes, I could set a timer to automatically stop the stop the stream. So I can, just occasionally come on and check it out. It's an idea. Yeah. What? Mere month and day. For what? The movies? October 30th, or 31st, 2023. Today, yes. Today. It's starting today. Oh, it's today. So just make sure that you can, no one's going to expect you to sit through all 10 hours of it. But if you want to, you can do that. Absolutely. Well, the trolls can sit there and talk all they want. But they, just remember, in the replays, you don't actually see the troll, you don't actually see the side chats. That's because the live streams are also, the chat is open even right now. You can actually talk in the chat right now. We're not even live yet. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about the chat on Kick anyway. Alright, guys. So we need to get, I want to add some clocks in there so that we can go ahead and get the refreshment videos up. And I do have a perfect clock for Halloween night. Yeah, we'll put that in there. Yeah. Come on. So for right now, guys, I'm going to see you about 3 o'clock. Or at least that's when I'll start the recording. And you guys can have a good time. Until then, talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Yep, bye-bye.